Greetings, people of Putnam County, West Virginia. Your sheriff department has attracted our eye. We have witnessed something today that is a huge miscarriage of justice. We also experienced censorship as well as having our civil rights violated. How can your office stand quietly by on the sidelines while the people of WV are being treated this way? Is it not your job to protect our rights? Do you not take that job seriously, or perhaps you just think it is okay for normal everyday people to be treated this way? On October 14, 2013, while attending the party in Scott Depot, WV Brian Chris Sexton Jr. vanished. He had been attacked by some people at that party, and while he made every effort to remain there, they refused to allow it. They took from him his jacket, which they burnt, and his cell phone. Why are those facts relevant, you might wonder? They are relevant because on December 6, 2013, a hunter located his body in the woods. We think Brian Sexton Jr. died from a combination of occurrences. First, the attack left him injured. There is no doubt of our minds that the violence of the attack left him battered and bruised, and very possibly left him with internal injuries that would have made it impossible for him to be able to walk the distance to his home. This is where the next occurrences becomes relevant. The very people who had attacked him, as well as some who had witnessed the attack, took both his jacket and his cell phone. This action left Brian Chris Sexton Jr. with no proper protection from the weather, and with no method of calling for help. If his cell phone had not been taken from him, there are any number of people he could have reached out to in his family who would have picked him up and made certain he obtained needed medical attention. The death of Brian Chris Sexton Jr. is a direct result of the actions of those taken at that party who attacked him and prevented his return. They showed the blatant disregard for human life. They did this after giving him large amounts of alcohol, which impaired his senses and would naturally lower his body temperature. Without having a cell phone, there was no method of him obtaining assistance. On December 6, 2013, the body of Brian Chris Sexton Jr. was located in the woods in an area that indicated he was trying to make it home when he died. Putnam County Sheriff's Department issued a press release before all members of his family could be notified. While that may only be a cold and callous fact that is not illegal, it certainly is an event that should never have occurred. Nobody deserves to learn via media release of the death of a loved one. On December 11, 2013, the Putnam County Sheriff's Department issued a police release stating there was no foul play in Brian Chris Sexton Jr.'s death. They released this statement despite not yet having the results of many of the standard tests. When people protested in a non-violent verbal manner, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office removed their comments and blocked them from making further comments. This is an out and obvious violation of our right to free speech, as well as our right to stage a peaceful protest. On the day Brian Chris Sexton Jr. vanished, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office refused to search for him. They waited 4 days and then performed only a search of a very small area. Despite pleas from both the family and friends of the victim, they refused to search any further. On one occasion recently, prior to the discovery of the victim's body, the detective assigned to this case stated that this victim was not in danger and had simply wandered off. I believe the discovery of his body proves that statement was inaccurate. All of these circumstances combined resulted in the death of Brian Chris Sexton Jr. We have no doubt that the death of this young man was a direct result of the actions of those who attacked him, took his coat and his cell phone. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office refuses to even release the name of the person who located the body. For all we know, the discovery could have been made by one of the people who attended that party, or one of their relatives or close friends. Bluntly put, we question the finding of the victim at the location that was stated, as it has been searched multiple times. We feel this is another attempt to cover up the circumstances of his death and to prevent them from having to investigate the crime that would expose an affair between the married officer and one of the people who attended the party. The young man died for no reason. Nobody would investigate his disappearance, and now they refuse to investigate his death. Every person deserves the right to voice their concern over this miscarriage of justice. It is obvious that there is something definitely wrong with this story. First they suspected foul play, then after the way they found him with all those facts to say that there wasn't is absolute nonsense. This boy deserves justice. We will not stand for this. Ask the people of Steubenville, Ohio, if we play around. Our request of you is simple. We ask you to consider the value of your natural freedoms. We ask you to consider how you would feel if this was your family. We ask you to consider the implications of information censorship, be it through the internet or physical speech. We ask you to consider the future of your own human rights, as those who wish to take these rights from you now will not stop with this. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.